Hello, everybody, and welcome back finally to another episode of Rocket League Jeopardy. As we will only have two contestants this time, not the usual three, unfortunately, but these two contestants will be battling it out for the final spot in the grand finals of season 1. Let's go ahead and meet our two contestants. Our first contestant was our episode 4 winner, one with 1,500 points. I know, quite low, but still getting the job done, beating out Claysmore in Asphira. And that is going to be Manny.
Sup.
All right, and then our second contestant competing for that grand final spot. They won episode 5. They won with 31,500 points in a battle for the ages against apparently Banana and Hot Shot, taking home the most points ever had in a matchup, and that is going to be Pyro.
Good evening.
And I am your host, Skyline, as we go ahead and get things settled and ready here for this week's episode of Rocket League Jeopardy. Let's go ahead and figure out the board, shall we? As we figure out our categories for this upcoming first board, our categories are going to be real cars. So what essentially this means is the cars in the game that you see in real life, those are the cars that are going to be on this board, essentially. It cannot, if the car is not a real car in real life, it's not going to be on the board. Category 2, in-game ranks. I'm going to need the exact rank. All right, you can't just say like, oh, that's bronze, silver. I need like the exact rank based on the photo that is given in the description. Category 3 is going to be signed creators. These are creators that are under an org. Category number 4 is prodigious prize pools. So I'm going to give you the prize pool of an event with some hints to it as well, and you have to give me what event that was. Category 5 is going to end up being Dignitas. So any player that has ever been on this well-rounded European roster of all time will probably be on this list, even though we only got, 5 possibilities. And then if we're going to have Dignitas, might as well get another veteran squad. But this time for North America, it's going to be NRG. So as we have all of these categories out of the way, said Pyro was the closest to that number, so you will be able to choose what you want to choose first.
Let's kick off with prodigious prize pools for 600.
For 600. Alrighty. Your prodigious prize pool. We've never had this before, but that is actually the daily double tap for the
Oh no.
All right. Well, in that case, since no one has any points, you can bet up to the board maximum. So anywhere from 5 points to 1,000. What would you like, Pyro?
Let's go with the full 1,000, I guess.
Pyro going for a full 1,000 to start us off. Alrighty. So your first daily double question is going to be $529,500 was on the line in Newark between 12 teams, 4 from NA, 4 from EU, 2 from OCE, and 2 from SAM. Oh, you don't have to, Manny. It's a.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. My bad.
You could. All right.
I forgot.
What is the Season 7 World Championship?
That is indeed the Season 7 World Championship. So Pyro already up to 1,000 points just off the first question, which was only supposed to be technically 600, I guess. So a great start from Pyro there. See if he can keep it going. Pyro, which one would you like next?
Let's stick with prodigious prize pools for 800.
All right, for 800. In Riyadh, 16 teams from around the world compete to take their share in the 7th ever Rocket League tournament with a prize pool in the 7 digits with a prize pool of $1 million. That is going to be Pyro.
What is the Esports World Cup 2024?
That is incorrect. So Manny, if you would like to steal, you can.
Is it Gamers, or what is Gamers 8?
That is also incorrect. the answer that we were looking for there. So, Pyro, you were really close. You just didn't get the year down. It wasn't 2024. It was actually this year. It was 2025. So, right idea, just the wrong event. All good though. We're still early into the game, so anything can shape out here. Just go right back into it.
All right, right back to prodigious prize pools for 1,000 then.
All right, for 1,000. All right, your prodigious prize pool. This event was held in Riyadh and boasts the highest prize pool of any Rocket League tournament, with a size of $2,110,000, hosting 24 total teams. That is going to be Pyro once again.
What is Gamers 8 2023?
That is indeed Gamers 8 2023. So Pyro getting 1,000 points right back up to 1,200. As we reset the buzzer, we move on to the next one. Pyro, you go ahead, choose which one you'd like again.
I'll stick with the category, go on down to prodigious prize pools for 400.
All right, prodigious prize pools for 4. Held in Dusseldorf, this RLC event is the largest prize pool ever given out by Psyonix, with 24 teams fighting for their portion of $2.1 million. That is going to be Pyro.
What is the 2022-2023 RLCS World Championship?
That is indeed the 22-23 World Championship. Pyro moving now up to 1,600 and getting his ball knowledge of the prize pools. Guess he really likes paying attention to the money side.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
I see how it is.
I'm kidding. No.
All right.
All right, go ahead. Choose your next.
Yeah, let's finish out the category for 200.
All right, just for 200, getting our first category out of the way. Held in Fort Worth, this tournament is one of 4 tournaments to have over 2 million prize pool, with $2,085,000 on the line between 24 total teams. That is going to be Pyro once again.
What is the 21-22 RLCS World Championship?
That was indeed the 21-22 World Championship. Pyro now moving up to 1,800 and having to choose a different category other than the prize pools, as we are now done with that one.
Let's try signed creators for 200.
Signed creators for 2. Space Station Gaming's main person for team streams and entertaining content as they lead their army of protein on Twitch. That is going to be Pyro once again.
Who is Chief Beef?
That is indeed Chief Beef. That will now put you up to 2,000 and the board right back to you.
Signed creators for 4.
All right, signed creators for 4. Jin G got this mountain of a streamer as they work out their muscles and Rocket League skills. That is going to be Manny.
Who is Jamaican Coconut?
That is indeed Jamaican Coconut. That is going to put him back to negative 400, but moving back near the positives as he will finally take over the board. Manny, what would you like?
Give me a Dignitas for 1,000.
Dignitas for 1,000. All right, your Dignitas player is... They were only on the team for 3 regionals, where this American-born player's highest placement in that run was finishing in 9th through 11th place, before being replaced and joining Boulevard. That is going to be Pyro.
Who is Delta?
That is indeed Delta. So Pyro getting up to 3,000. What a pull there. All right, but Pyro, right back to you.
Dig for 800.
All right, for 800. Dignitas was the final stop for this American player as they retired right after leaving the team, now known as a commentator/analyst in the scene. That is going to be Manny.
Who is Turtle?
That is indeed Turtle. So Manny now going back up into the positives there, taking over the board once again.
Let me get NRG for 800.
All right, moving over to the American side of things. Your NRG player for 800 is going to be... After a first place finish in North America, just to finish top 6 at the World Championship, this player wouldn't have too much success, retiring only a year after being on NRG, then switching to a coaching route a year and a half after that, to where they are still coaching to this day. That is going to be Manny.
Who is Sad Jr.?
That is indeed Sad Jr. Manny knows his ball knowledge with players and teams.
I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there.
Yep, trying to get right back up to Pyro.
It's all the young
Another-
knowledge, man. I have no idea.
All right, go ahead and choose once again.
Can I get NRG for 1,000?
You indeed can get NRG for 1,000. All right, your player here. This player played a total of 1 event with NRG before being booted only after 1 month with a team, or they wouldn't even make it into main event, as they would go 2-3 in the Swiss stage to fall short in the qualifier. That is going to be Manny once again.
Who is Aqua?
That is not Aqua. So Pyro, you can steal if you would like to. All right, Pyro.
I don't know if he actually played at an event with them, but I'll go with who is Frosty.
That was not Frosty either. The player we were looking for is who is Toasty.
I had him as my second option.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I literally thought about Toasty. What did I say? Aqua.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
I think Toasty, or not Toasty, I think Frosty didn't play an event with him because I'm pretty sure I was looking at him and I saw that he signed with the team, but since he didn't play an event, I was like, that'd just be too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, but all good. I mean, y'all both lost points, so it's still technically even in a way. Either way, let's go ahead and move on to the next one.
Give me NRG for 600.
All right, NRG for 6. They were on the first iteration of NRG back in the day, giving NRG a good year and a half before going to Rogue, then a few smaller orgs before officially retiring. That is going to be Pyro.
Who is Jacob?
That is indeed Jacob. Pyro getting right back to 2,600 there with that one and taking back control of the board.
Let's move over to Dig for 600.
All right, moving back to Europe. We're going to have Dig for 6. Born in Austria, this KBM player helped lead Dignitas to a top 4 finish at a world championship. That is going to be Pyro.
Who is Yukio?
That is indeed Yukio. Moving back up to the 3,000s. You still keep control of the board.
Dignitas for 400.
All right, Dignitas for 4. Even though they're the coach of this team now, they used to be a top-tier player on it back in the day. Hailing from the Netherlands, they helped lead Dignitas to a World Championship win. That is going to be Manny.
Who is Violent Panda?
That is indeed Violent Panda. Manny getting that one. And the board wants to you.
Let's finish out Dignitas 200.
All right, Dignitas for 2. This player from the Netherlands is currently on the roster and just helped them reach the grand finals at the Raleigh Major with their insane performance. That is going to be Pyro.
Who is Jorius?
That is indeed Jorius. As we get Dignitas out of the way, Pyro, who would you like next?
Let's move back over to NRG for 400.
All right, NRG for 4. This player is known for their game-tying goal at 0 seconds on NRG to send Game 7 of the World Championship into overtime just to lose. But they would then score the game-winning goal in a Game 7 overtime to win the World Championship only 3 seasons later with NRG. That is going to be Pyro.
Who is Justin?
That is indeed Justin. Yeah, how fitting in Karma is, in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, Justin is indeed that player.
And I have a suspicion of who this is gonna be, but let's go with NRG for 200.
Yeah, I wonder who, but let's figure it out together, all right? NRG for 2 is. Known as Captain America, this retired player still makes content for NRG and is considered a legend for the team. That is going to be Pyro.
Who is Garrett G?
That is indeed Garrett G. NRG now out of the way, and the full right side of the board actually out of the way, so all you got is that left side.
Let's try out in-game ranks for 400.
In-game ranks for 400. All right. Remember, don't buzz in until I finish reading out the question. You'll see a picture with it as well. Out of the 22 ranks in the game, this is the 11th, making this rank literally mid. That is going to be Manny.
What is Plat 2?
That is indeed Plat 2. Manny moving up to 1,000 points there, finally in the 4 digits. Manny, which one would you like next?
Let's go Sign Creators 1000.
Sign creators for 1,000. Here is your creator. They've been a content creator for Team Vitality since the start of 2024, traveling to events around the world and cheering them on. Also bringing in a huge fan base from France with 334,000 followers on Twitch. That is going to be Pyro.
Who is Fury?
That is indeed Fury.
It's all the Johnny Boy streams, man. He's always on the Vitality POV.
Yep.
Every time.
I didn't even really know who he was, but whenever I was at the Raleigh Major, I literally saw him sitting down there in like the new Vitality jersey, and I'm like, who the heck is that? But he's a big for the France scene, I guess. All right, go ahead and choose your next.
Let's keep with signed creators for 800.
All right, sign creators for 8. This content creator / Twitter addict is signed with Dignitas as their social media manager, but they still stream. Rarely, though. That is going to be Pyro once again.
Who is Fisher?
That is indeed Fisher.
He carried me in ranked the other day, actually. So good thing for that. No, it was even. I swear.
Okay. I might have to ask him about that later. Just for proof.
Please don't.
Please. All right, all good. All right, which one would you like next?
Let's finish out signed creators for 600.
All right, signed creators for 6. Twitter phenom that signed with NRG after winning the Carvana NRG Combine. That is going to be Manny.
Who is Aspera?
That is indeed Aspera.
Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely.
Surely. Well, we also have double Jeopardy board. Double the points after this. So even if you don't come back on this board, you still got the next.
Twitter phenom is diabolical, by the way.
He is, bro. You can't lie. That dude is on it like 24/7, I feel like.
That's true.
All right.
All right. Let me get in-game ranks for 800.
In-game ranks for 8. All right. Your in-game rank is known as one of the most hard-stuck ranks in the game. Trying to play through this rank is torture in of itself when solo queuing. That is going to be Manny.
What is GC2 or Grand Champion 2?
Yeah, we would take either Grand Champ or GC2. That is correct. Manny taking that one home and taking the board back to his name.
Let's do in-game rank 600 because I'm not getting any of those real cars.
Me neither.
I feel like we'll see.
I might get a couple. Yeah, we'll see.
Right, in-game ranks for 6. Your rank is. Who is this rank? Like actually. All right, that is gonna be Pyro.
What is bronze 1?
Yes, like, is there really any bronze 1s in this game, bro?
Yet to meet one.
So I'm saying, I think even if you're a new player, I think you still start out like silver, gold.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, moving on to the next. What would you like, Pyro?
In-game ranks for 1,000, I guess.
In-game ranks for 1,000. There's not much to say about this rank other than if you're in this rank, you're probably hard stuck. But once you get out of it, it's smooth sailing. Not really. All right, that is going to be Manny.
What is Champ 3?
That is indeed Champ 3. Manny moving up to 3,400, getting that one right. Taking the board back with only one section left and then one in in-game.
I was so scared it was going to be one of those like April Fool's like eggplant ranks, dude. I was really scared.
Nah. I probably should have done that. But nah.
Give us supersonic eggplants.
Supersonic eggplants.
We'll go in-game ranks 200, finish it off.
In-game ranks 200 to finish off the rank. All right, let's see if y'all know this. This one is a real toughie for 200, okay? The highest rank in Rocket League comes with its perks, such as a cool title that glows white to go under your username. That is going to be Pyro.
What is supersonic legend?
Dang, that is indeed Supersonic Legend.
Dude, I don't know how you got that one. That's tough.
Yeah, me neither, man. I wouldn't know. I haven't seen it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Nah. All right. All right. Well, only one category left that neither player touched. Let's see if they know any of them.
All right. Real cars for 200, please.
All right. Real cars for 200. Just taking it one step at a time. Base price of this vehicle starts around $38,000, but in Rocket League, it's only 1,100 credits. That is going to be Pyro.
What is the Mustang?
I need you to be a little bit more specific because there's a couple of them.
Oh no. Uh, what is the Ford Mustang? I don't think that's enough.
Unfortunately, I have to count that as incorrect. So Manny, you can steal if you would like to.
I'm chilling. I have that was my guess, and I don't have anything else.
All right. Yeah, since there's also like the older Mustang that they have in the game, this one is called the Mach E. We're
Okay.
saying Mach E because it's the electric version of it.
Yeah. That was the only one I had any hope of getting. So
All right. Well, yeah. Let's see if they can get any of these other ones, but I'm not having much confidence. It's not. Y'all got it. We'll see.
real cars for 400.
Okay, real cars for 400. Even though the 2025 version of this car starts a little over $32,000, in Rocket League it was a part of the Season 10 Battle Pass as the first tier reward, so it's technically only 1,000 credits. Alright, that is going to be Pyro.
What is the Golf GTX?
That is incorrect. Manny, you can still if you would like to.
Gosh, I'm trying to remember, man. I'm trying to remember. I don't want to risk it though. I don't want to risk it. I think I'll be okay.
Alright, so Pyro, you were so close. It is the Golf, but it's not the GTX, it's the GTI. So
Oh my
unfortunately, I
gosh.
cannot count that.
Oh, that's
Oh,
brutal.
I know if it's just a punch to the gut, but I don't know why. I have a feeling you'll at least get one of these next three. I don't know why. I have a feeling.
Real cars for 600.
Real cars for 6. It is estimated that if you had this car in good condition, you could earn around $81,000 for it, but it only costs 1,000 credits in Rocket League. All right, yeah, that is time. Maybe y'all won't get any of these cars after. This is the Dodge Charger RT.
I knew it was a Dodge, man. I'm never getting the
Yeah,
RT.
no.
Yeah. All good. All right, let's see if y'all can maybe get one of these next two, the two hardest ones.
Let's go with 800 first, I guess.
All right, for 800. At a whopping $800,000+, this supercar is quick with a top speed of 217 miles per hour. But in Rocket League, it won't go quite that fast, but you can definitely get it for cheaper at only 1,100 credits. So we're not supercar fans, I can see either. This is the Aston Martin Valhalla.
Good thing I didn't even give it a shot because my guess was nowhere near that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's only one question left on the board, and I'm not gonna lie. If one of y'all get this right, I think I will literally die. So
Okay.
yeah, just go ahead and call out that last one for us, if you don't mind, Pyro.
Real cars for 1,000.
All right, your real car for 1,000. Starting at $191,000, this sports car is actually considered a luxury car and an entry-level model of the car brand. But in Rocket League, it's used to score goals while riding in style for only 2,000 credits. I think I heard a buzzer knocking. So that was the McLaren 570S.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a Lamborghini.
I thought it was a Porsche.
Right. Well, after the first board, we are officially done and taking a look at the scores. Manny barely behind by 2,600 points. A Pyro, who is in the lead with 6,000, said next board is the Double Jeopardy board. Double the points. We also have our daily double tap back on the board, meaning that you could even potentially earn more points than you realize. So our categories are going to be mutators. These are the mutators that are currently in the game. So anything that you can change in a private match, I'm going to give you a description of like what you can change it to and like what it does in the game. You just have to give me the name of the specific mutator. Sounds a little confusing, but I think it'll be a little bit easier once we get into one of the questions.
Mm.
Category number 2 is going to be Rumble power-ups. You have to give me the exact name that Rocket League has given the specific power-up. If you just tell me what it looks like or anything like that, I cannot count it right. All right, your third category is going to be Liquipedia tiers. I give you a couple events, and you just have to tell me, based off those events, what tier they were on Liquipedia. Fourth category is going to be AI descriptions. I gave AI the name of a team and to describe that specific team. These are only teams that qualified for Worlds, by the way. So that makes it a little bit easier. But based on the AI description, you have to tell me what AI was trying to describe, what team they were trying to describe. Category number 5 is going to be MENA. This is any team that has ever been in MENA. You'll just have to tell me, what the specific team name was, because it can be all time. And then if we're gonna have MENA, might as well have South America as well. Some of the minor/major regions, depending on how you see them, considering they both have had solid placement in recent years. All right, so those are our 6 categories, and our board is back up. If Pyro, since no one got the last category right, and you were the last one to even get one right, you still remain in control of the board.
Well, I am a Liquipedia editor, Skyline, so I think I'd be doing them a disservice if I didn't start off with Liquipedia tiers for 2000.
All right, so this might be a little bit of an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see if Manny can hold. All right, Liquipedia tiers for 2000. All right. The 2v2 Twisty X Red Bull Gaming Ground Tournament and every open qualifier for Ascension Protocol. Right, that is time. Dang, our Liquipedia editor didn't know that one, as that was C tier. That was the C tiers of it. All good though.
It was on the tip of my tongue.
We move on to the next one.
All right, I gotta save some face. Let's go with Wikipedia tier for 1600.
All right, for 1600. The Bluegrass Boost Battle LAN, the Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup, CECC LAN, and every monthly cash cup. That is going to be Pyro.
What is D tier?
Say that one more time. Sorry, I didn't hear you clearly.
What is D tier?
That is incorrect. So,
no.
Manny, you can still if you would like to.
What is B tier?
That is indeed B tier. So, Manny will get the points for that one there.
That was scary, man. I was afraid.
At first, I was afraid. I was petrified. Sorry.
All right. Let me get some South America for 1200.
He wants to see the Sam action. Sam action for 1200. This org based out of Argentina was known for their strong performances, or was it the fact that Sergio Aguero and Lionel Messi are co-owners of the org? Right, that is going to be Pyro.
What is Crew Esports?
That was indeed Crew Esports. So Pyro taking the lead back with 5600 after just losing it for a quick second.
All right, we're gonna stay away from Wikipedia. Let's stick with Sam for 1600.
All right, Sam for 16. Mainly comprised of Argentinians, this org was feared the second they joined the league, bringing a young player from Chile alongside 2 Argentinians, where they would run through the competition before trying to move to NA for a split, getting destroyed and going right back to Sam, never getting the same result again. That is going to be Pyro.
What is True Neutral?
That is indeed True Neutral. Pyro moving up to 7200 with that one and taking.
Oh, I didn't really get destroyed. They made LAN that first split. They just transferred the roster after 2 events.
Yeah, but I mean, their results weren't as heavily good as it was before they changed, because they were getting first place in Sam a ton.
Yeah. All right. Let's go Sam for 2000 then.
All right, your Sam team for 2000. This team always had a good contending roster, but they could just almost never finish on top, with 1 regional win under their belt and so many more top 12 finishes, even making it to the 21-22 Fall Major just to go out tied for last place. That is going to be Pyro.
What is Era Eternity?
That is indeed Era. or Era Eternity. I would have taken either one. That is correct. Now moving Pyro ahead to 9,200. Once again, the board is back to you.
Let's go Sam for 800.
All right, Sam for 8. A team that has always been in the shadow of their bigger brother and Sam, they've still been a dominant force, finishing better than their in-region rival in the most recent major. That is going to be Pyro.
Who is Team Secret?
That is indeed Team Secret. Yeah, I was kind of shocked to see that they did better than Furia. That was something else, but maybe they'll show up at Worlds. Who knows?
Am I allowed to buzz in this one early or no? Because we can go with Sam for 400.
You're not allowed to buzz in early, but I feel like just be ready to click your buzzer the second I finish my word. I think everyone knows what this is going to be. The most popular and dominant South American team of all time. They might have left the region for a little bit, but they came right back to reclaim their throne as South America's #1. That is going to be Pyro.
Who is Furia?
That is indeed Furia.
Okay.
If y'all would have got that wrong, I think I might have cried. I'm sorry.
All right, so let's go down to Mina for 2,000.
All right, Mina for 2,000. And that is actually our daily double tap for this board. All right, Pyro. So how much would you like to wager for this?
This is
Mina
gross.
2,000?
I'll go with 5,000 points.
5,000 points on the line. See if you can get it here. Your Mina question for 2,000 is going to be: believe it or not, this org that now hosts a North American roster used to host rosters in Mina during the 21-22 season, placing pretty decent as well within the region before backing out of the region after the 21-22 winter split.
Who are the Ultimates?
That is indeed the Ultimates. So Pyro now moving up to 15,400 just from one singular question. Good find there from Pyro. Taking a little breath of relief after that one, I could tell.
Yeah, that was stressful.
All right, but back to the board.
Let's go back into the Mina well for 1,600.
All right, Mina for 16. Before another Mina powerhouse repping a green color took over the region, this team was the OG rulers of Mina, finishing with more first place results than any other result combined.
Oh, the buzzers are locked.
Oh, I am so sorry.
This is awkward. Who is Sandrock Gaming?
That is indeed Samurai Gaming. I locked it just so that way just to show y'all you didn't need a buzz. That's my fault, but that is indeed Sandrock Gaming from Pyro. Moving up to 17,000. They're trying to beat his own record in this one, I can tell. Let's see, moving on to the next.
Mina for 1,200, I guess.
All right, Mina for 12. Though this org wasn't around for a long time, they were a fan favorite, with co-founder Sunless Khan and Civic. We witnessed this org involved in one of the most memorable games in RLCS. That is going to be Pyro.
Who is Rule 1?
That is indeed Rule 1. Move right back into it.
Right, Mina for 800.
All right, y'all really love staying in the same category. I can kind of tell a pattern going on here. All right.
It's less risky.
Mina for 8. A staple of the Mina region, they have been a strong competitor since the 21-22 season, with their highest ever LAN finish coming recently with a top 6 finish and a certified world spot secured. That is going to be Pyro once again.
Who are Twisted Minds?
That is indeed Twisted Minds. All right, so backing out of this one and heading on to the next. I wonder what Pyro is going to choose.
Let's go Mina for 400. I think this gun's going to be a real stumper.
Yeah, I'll see if y'all can get this one as well. If y'all don't get this one, I think I'm just quitting the show altogether. All right, Mina for 4. After making 2 grand finals at RLCS lanes and finishing in second place in both, the third time was indeed the charm, as they became the first ever team from a region that was not NA or EU to win a LAN. That is going to be Pyro.
Who are Team Falcons?
That is indeed Team Falcons. So now, moving off the right side of the board, let's see if we might get something else or right back to the Liquipedia tiers for Pyro.
I'm still going to stay away. I'm curious. Let's try out AI descriptions for 1,200.
All right, your AI description for 1200. I tried to not include anything that featured the name of the team because AI really like to do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but your AI description for 1200. This team, a collaboration between a global esports organization and a motor oil brand, made a powerful impact in North America with a roster that quickly became a championship contender. That is going to be Pyro.
Who are Genji Mobile One Racing?
That is indeed Genji Mobile One Racing. Yeah. All right, right back.
AI descriptions for 16.
16. Originally from the MENA region, this organization recently transitioned to a different region, making waves with a young mechanical gifted roster in top-tier Rocket League competition. That is time. Team we were looking for is Geek. Geek Esports.
It was them or Ultimates. I had a feeling it was Geek almost because the AI's got to think that Joyo was young and mechy, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Alrighty, so on to the next. Well, Pyro, what would you like?
AI descriptions for 2000.
2000. Let's see if you can get this one. This North American organization, known for its black and white colors and massive presence across multiple esports, made its mark in Rocket League with a strong entry into the RLCS scene. That is going to be Pyro.
Who is TSM?
That is indeed TSM. Dang, what a pull. I thought that would throw you off because it says North American organization. But yeah.
It's actually a funny story. I can't say everything, but I was working on a project that required me to have team colors in the back of my mind. So
So TSM
I'm
was
a little fortunate. Yeah, they were right there.
Gotcha. Alrighty, well Pyro still on a strong lead, Manny. I mean, you still got plenty of questions to get there. Alright, we'll see. Going on to the next one.
Let's shake it up. Let's go with Rumble power-ups for 2000.
Rumble power-ups for 2000. Alright, your Rumble power-up is... allows you to strike everything harder, allowing for instant demolitions on contact with opponents, and every touch on the ball is much harder. Alright, that is time. Yeah, I think a lot of people just call this like fist or something like that, just because it's literally a fist, but the technical name for it is power hitter.
Yeah, I've never even called it something. Like, I don't even know what I would call it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Well,
That's funny.
The technical
We,
name
makes
is
sense.
power.
we need to get the Rumble comms going.
the Rumble comms.
I got power hitter. I got power hitter.
Gosh, I might ask since I teamed with Adrift and they finished top 3 in the RLCS Rumble tournament. I might ask him after this if they actually say that while they comm. All right, on to the next one though. No one got that one, so no one gains or lose points.
Let's keep going up Rumble power-ups for 16, just until we get one.
All right, for 16, your Rumble power up causes your opponent to drive uncontrollably as they are left stuck boosting for a few seconds with supersonic speed and worse turning. All right, that is going to be Pyro.
What is Disruptor?
That is indeed Disruptor.
Huge.
So Pyro
Bro.
moving up to 24,000.
I know 3 of them.
That's elite
This is
knowledge,
one.
man.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's go Rumble power-ups for 12, I suppose.
All right. Rumble power-ups for 12. Punches the ball, giving it a sudden launch of momentum in the direction opposite of the punching glove. That is gonna be Pyro once again.
What is Haymaker?
That is indeed Haymaker. Pyro, you might reach your record before you even get to the final Jeopardy.
Don't say that. No. Okay, it could never be too early. You could always go back to Wikipedia tiers. Let's go Rumble power-ups for 800.
All right, Rumble power-ups for 800. Sweeps up the ball and opposing cars into a giant funnel cloud as they fly up and in circles around the car using this ability. That is going to be Manny.
What is Tornado?
That is indeed Tornado and Manny.
Dude, if I didn't get that one, I don't know what I was getting, man.
That's the 800? Wait.
Yeah, so they can only tell you what the 400 is gonna be. We'll find out very soon. As I have a feeling Manny will choose it, but we'll see. Manny, what would you like?
Let's go AI descriptions 800.
Oh, okay, switching it up. Let's see. For 800, your AI description is going to be. This French organization, known for its blue-themed branding and passionate fan base, quickly rose to prominence. And
Oh.
Pyro buzzed early, meaning Manny. Let me finish the question, and then you are allowed to answer if you would like to. This French organization, known for its blue-themed branding and passionate fan base, quickly rose to prominence in Rocket League with dominant performances in European competition. Manny, would you like
Who
to
is
answer?
Carmine Corp?
That is indeed Carmine Corp. So that's going to put you up to 6,600. Slowly but surely coming back, I believe.
I appreciate the donation, Pyro. I appreciate that, man.
Oh yeah,
I need some points, bro. I need some points.
So I'll expect the check in the mail. Yeah.
Crazy. All right. Well, what would you
We'll
like next?
we'll finish out AI descriptions. I like that one.
All right, AI
400.
descriptions for 4. This French-based team, known for its black and yellow colors, has won multiple RLCS titles and considered one of the most dominant organizations in Rocket League history. That is going to be Manny once again.
Who is Team Vitality?
That is indeed Team Vitality.
I'm making moves. I'm making moves.
Now that I look at this, I was gonna say it could have been Dignitas, but I think Dignitas isn't French-based.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like that might have been a little confusing.
They're from Philly, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so.
All right. So I guess AI didn't screw it up. All right, we're good. All right, Manny, you get to choose. Which one do you like now?
Let's do Mutators 1200.
Mutators for 12. All right, your first mutator off the board is going to be. When you get demoed, if this mutator has been messed with, instead of coming back at the default speed, you can come back in either 2 or 1 seconds, making for a quicker recovery. That is going to be Pyro.
What is respawn time?
That is indeed respawn time. Like I said, not as confusing as it sounded when I tried to describe.
Okay.
But
You know what? I'm gonna risk it. Let's go Liquipedia tiers for 1200.
Going back to the Liquipedia tiers, let's see if you can get this one. Fear 1v1 show matches, Johnny Boy show matches, and the Collegiate Conference Series. That is going to be Pyro.
What is D tier?
That is indeed D tier. So Pyro moving up to 27,800, finally redeeming himself with the Liquipedia tiers category.
I made that CCS page. Oh my
If you didn't know that, then that would have
That's
been.
funny.
Oh man. Okay. Liquipedia tiers for 800.
All right, your Liquipedia tier for 8. Any Rocket League regional event, such as Opens 1 through 6 in a season. That is going to be Pyro.
What is A tier?
That is indeed A tier. Pyro moving up 28,000 points. Once again, right back to you on the board.
And Liquipedia for 400.
All right, Liquipedia for 4. Any Rocket League land, such as a major or world championship. Manny.
What is S tier?
That is indeed S tier. Manny getting that one right and taking the board over with only 5 questions remaining before Final Jeopardy. And I don't think it is possible for either of y'all to miss it. So we will indeed have the Final Jeopardy.
We can finish out Rumble power-ups for 400.
All right, Rumble power-ups for 4. Attaches the ball to your car when you bump into it, as the ball stays stuck on the car when it was hit. All right, Pyro.
What are spikes?
That is indeed spikes. Sorry, I used the wiki explanation of it, and I just went dyslexic trying to read that. All right, but that is indeed spikes. So Pyro getting the points for that one. Now bringing you up to 29,000. Or did I give you the points before that? I forget. I don't think I did.
I don't remember.
I don't believe
I don't
did.
remember him being 29,000 before. So I think. Or wait.
Well,
Wait, no,
he was
I
at
think
28.
I don't remember. Yeah. I think that's right then.
Yeah, I hadn't clicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was just making sure. So now at 29,000 points, 4 questions remaining. What would you like next, Pyro?
Let's go mutators for 1600.
All right, for 16. The object that you hit around doesn't always have to be a sphere. Thanks to this mutator, you can choose between a cube, puck, egg, player seeking, drop shot, score absorb, and many more. That is going to be Manny.
What is ball type?
That is indeed ball type. Manny trying to get up into the 5 digits with Pyro. See,
Sir, I'm right there, man. I'm right there.
getting close. All right, and which one would you like next, Manny?
Let's go for the big one. Mutators 2K.
Mutators for 2. Depending if you set it on 1, 2, or 3 seconds for the amount of time you have the ball in your control, you will be gifted a point on the board because of this mutator. That is Pyro.
What is dribble cooldown?
That is not dribble cooldown. So Manny, you can steal if you would like to.
I didn't even know this was a thing, dude. I think I'm okay.
Yeah. So this is actually a newer one. I think it just got released with like the newest update with the mutators, the messing around, all that kind of stuff. But it is called possession score. So if you have the ball, like if you are the last one to touch the ball for your team and it gets like to 1 second, 2 seconds, or 3 seconds on the clock, you earn a point on the scoreboard for every second. Or every, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is possession score. Now only the 2 easiest questions and mutators left on the board. So Manny, which one would you like?
Mutators 800.
Mutators for 8. You can change how much time the game you play will last between 5, 10, and 20 minutes, or even an unlimited time. Ooh, at the buzzer, it's going to be Manny.
What is time limit?
That is not time limit.
No.
I'm sorry, Pyro. You can still if you would like to.
I'm good.
All right. So the technical name for it is match length. It is the match length. But all good now.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dang.
All right, no worries whatsoever. As we now move on to our final question on the board before Final Jeopardy. Manny, let us know which one we're going to be doing.
Mutators 400.
All right, your last one is going to be: this game mutator allows you to have either an unlimited, default, none, or a recharge of this that goes into your car's tank. Ooh, at the buzzer again, Pyro.
I'll take a crack at it. Is it just what is boost?
I need more specific because there's a couple of them that say boost.
I got nothing.
All right, so that's time, Manny. You can steal if you would like to.
Boost amount. Is it? Oh, sorry. What is boost amount? What is boost amount?
I have to count that incorrect, man. I'm sorry, but that was the right answer. It was indeed boost amount, but I can't give it since you didn't answer.
Some things never change, man. Some things never change.
Alrighty, so looking at the official scoring before we head into Final Jeopardy, Manny with 7,800 points. Pyro trying to break his own record with 26,600. We will see if he breaks that record or if he at least goes for that attempt. But I will go ahead and give you all the category. We have voted to skip the break. So once I give you the category, DM me how much you want to wager. And then once I get all wagers in, we will read the last question. All right, is that clear from both players?
Yes,
All right.
sir.
In that case, your category is going to be: we're going to France. Take that as you will, but based on that category, how much would you like to wager out of the current points that you have? Manny had 7,800. Pyro had 26,600 that they could wager from. We have, all right, we have our players send us the wagers that they have put in. So now, based on those wagers, let's go ahead and read off our final Jeopardy question. So listen very carefully, because once I finish reading it, you will have 30 seconds to answer. And remember, you have to DM me in question form. If you do not DM it to me in question form, I will not count it right. All right, your final Jeopardy question is: France finally has a Rocket League LAN, as the 2025 World Championship coming up will be hosted there. And this team that qualified for the championship had the lowest amount of RLCS points to qualify out of all of the teams that secured a spot across all regions. So looking at our players, we'll start with Manny, since Manny had the lowest amount of points. Manny would end up putting El Torres. Didn't even form it as a question. So whether that is right or wrong, it is going to be counted as incorrect, and he bet all of his points, taking him down to 0. So as long as Pyro didn't bet all of his points, we will have ourselves a grand finalist going on their way. Pyro, let's see what you would end up putting, as your answer would end up being, who is Jin Ji? And that would end up being incorrect. I'm sorry. Jinji was the second lowest with, I think, 57 points. And he ended up betting 10,999 points. Pretty much 11,000 there. So that is going to put his total down to, I believe, 15,601, if I did my math correct. But either way, Pyro will still be taking home the W. But the answer we were looking for in that question was, who is GK Esports? GK barely slipping through with, I think, 47 points, as they had to wait to see if, who was it? Gentlemates was going to qualify past them, but didn't end up making the grand finals at the Raleigh Major, so GK took that last spot. But either way, Pyro is going to be your episode 8 winner, and your winner semi-finalist number 2